Winemaking in California's Napa Valley dates back to the early 1800s. Now there are over 200 wineries in the area. It's big business and sophisticated agriculture. But one thing that hasn't changed is a dedication to winemaking as an art. Scenes at harvest time in California's wine country.
This is beautiful. This is just spectacular.
Thick clusters of grapes, sunshine spilling through vigorous vines, and berries offering a hint of the character of this vintage. These are the signs used for centuries in making wine. And this year in California's Napa Valley, the signs point towards success.
It's kind of like talking about a no-hitter in the 8th inning when you're sitting in the dugout. Don't mention it yet. We'll talk about this in December when we got all this in the barrel.
Jack Cakebread's been turning Napa Valley harvest into fine wine for over 20 years.
Salmon cakes with that.
But before it's in the bottle, there's a long journey from the vine. And what happens along the way determines the character of the wine.
I believe that the personality of wine really comes from 3 areas: the soil, the climate, and the philosophy of the people involved.
At Mayacamas, a relatively small winery in the hills above Napa, the soil is not as fertile as in the valley, but that's just what Bob Travers wants.
But we came up here because we wanted to have infertile soils and low productivity, because that's what gives you intense grapes and a lot of character in your wine.
And the character is revealed at harvest, a crucial time.
At the moment of truth, when everything comes together and the stars are right, we decide to go out and pick.
Every year is different, and you have to be real sensitive to what the weather's like, what the crop load is like, what the fruit tastes like.
Winemaking may be an ancient craft, but modern agricultural science is very much a part of the scene today. New varieties and new ways to plant the vines are tested. At Mondavi, they're experimenting with high-density planting.
And what we are seeing is that the higher the density, the smaller the berries, the better the flavor.
Scientific measures help determine when to pick, too, including analyzing sugar and acid content. And although the lab provides information necessary in tracking the many components in wine, such as sugar and the various acids, science doesn't control winemaking. That's where the artist comes in.
And you ask 20 winemakers what that art is, and you get 36 answers, because some of the guys will change their mind. But in the end, it's still sensory evaluation, tasting it.
Very good. I like the expression of the Merlot, as well as the tannin. It's very good finish.
But there's no disagreement why they're all here. It's not just the wine.
You know, if you look here, that's probably one of the most beautiful sights in the world. That is tough to beat.
Well, from California's wine country, that's all we have on the menu this week. I'm Carolyn O'Neill. Thanks for joining us.